everybody. You made it this far. It's section 7. I'm glad everybody's still with us here.
Yeah.
So we are going to get into exercise form and techniques. So this is going to be a really fun section where we start to get into the more practical side of things, a little less into the theory. So we're going to get you moving, we're going to get you grooving, and we're going to get you moving some weight here as well.
Yeah, you got it. So we're going to kind of put you onto the floor on this one. So there's going to be some literature, there's going to be some things to do on paper, but there's a lot of go out and do it, do case studies with yourself, friends, family members, all that fun jazz inside this course as well, because it's all good on paper, but if you can't coach somebody through proper exercise form and technique, you're not going to make it long as a coach, and your clients are going to make it through the sessions. So it's really, really important that you dominate this section with proper form and exercise technique. We are going to be talking about, first off, the fundamental lifts that you need to know to get your clients the best results. All right. Now, there's 5 main fundamental lifts that we use at 360 Fitness, and more or less, everybody higher up in the industry uses, that develop a baseline stat for our clients, and then we have slight adjustments, variations, and really just kind of like supplemental exercises. So the main 5 lifts that we're going to be chatting about big time in this one is the squat, the bench press, the deadlift, the overhead press, and the bent over row. If you know how to do them and effectively execute them on your own, and then also how to coach, cue, and spot them, the world is your oyster. So you can take these 5 lifts, turn them into 500 lifts if you can master the basics. Okay? So Rich will be making some videos showing you exactly how to do the exercise, how to cue it, how to verbally cue it, physically cue it, how to spot for it, all that fun stuff. Those supplemental videos will be around here somewhere, so make sure you take a look. But this is an overview. All right? Rich, let's get on the cueing.
Yeah, next up we're going to go into the verbal and the physical cueing. So again, everyone learns a little bit differently, right? Just like you guys are learning on a sheet of paper, you can't do that with a client, right? So you have to get them up, you have to get them moving. So you have to teach them the physical side of things. So sometimes you might have to come up and get in somebody's grill to make sure their shoulders are staying back.
Right.
Sometimes you might have to push them a little bit at the hips to make sure that the hips are coming back. But again, that's the physical cueing side of things, and that's why you're getting paid money, and that person's coming to you to pay that money.
You got it.
Now, the verbal side of things are just reminders of what you want that person to do. If someone's doing a picture-perfect squat, as a coach, you don't just stand away and zip your mouth. You got to make sure that they're remembering to do each and every part of it. So you want to think, keep your core tight, keep your chest up, keep your butt down. Those are just a quick couple off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But cueing is going to be essential to making sure that you're doing the proper exercise, getting the right muscular activation, and again, like we mentioned in previous videos, making sure that posture is top notch.
You got it. So a lot of people learn different. Like what Rich was saying is that some of our clients and some of your clients will really have benefit from verbal cueing. Other clients will really benefit from you showing them, right? So you actually performing the exercise and telling them what you feel. Other clients will need a combination of both, where you actually have to put them in that position, show them how to go through that range of motion, and then verbally cue them all the way through. So these are just tools in the toolboxes. You don't have to bring them out for every single client, and you won't need to, but you need to have them in the toolbox so you can have that arsenal ready to go at any given time. So verbal cueing and physical cueing is super, super important. In this section as well, we'll also teach you how to properly spot. Now, we can't teach you, 5,000 exercises and exactly how to spot each of them, but we're going to show you, some fundamental techniques and some fundamental know-how on how to spot a client properly, and then when to, whether to dictate whether that's a safe exercise or an unsafe exercise, and making sure that the client is best prepared for that lift, and then kind of have those other cues on when a client is to succeed or fail in a lift, so you're ready to take care of them. So safety first, guys, it's all about that. You should be able to cue them properly physically and verbally through a lift, but if they ever need to bail or you need to kind of spot them through, we'll teach you exactly how to do that safely.
We also want you to make sure that you know when a client needs a spot as well.
You got it.
I think we've all been there when we're going, we're pushing that weight, someone comes in and they just pull it right up, right? So we want to teach you how to do it properly and when to do that as well.
Yeah.
So the next step here is what we're going to go into when we progress and regress these main exercises. So again, not everyone's going to be able to do a perfect squat right off the bat. Not everyone's going to be able to do a bench press. A 75-year-old lady shouldn't be doing a bench press on her very first day. But there are ways to progress or regress certain exercises to make sure that you're getting the full benefits of each and every one of our main lifts.
You got it. And then this comes down to the previous sections about dedicating time, effort, energy to proper program design. So if you put a lot of why and reason behind your programming, you'll always know in the back of your head when to progress, when to regress, and your why won't change. So let's say that we're talking about that bench press, for example, is like, okay, well, I want to do bench press. You know, we go and we find out that that's not ready for that client. Cool. Well, my why doesn't change because I wanted to do an upper body anterior push movement. My why is the same. Now I know that I can do a push-up, I can do a knee push-up, you know, I can do something like that where I can do a fly. I have 1,000 different exercises at my disposal, but my why and my reasoning behind that program hasn't changed. So you're going to have a lot more educational authority to know when to progress and regress that exercise. Okay, and we'll kind of give you cues on when should a client go to a main lift, when should they back off, and everything in between.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So again, that goes back to our last section on programming and periodization, right?
Kind of important, yeah.
Weird how all these things are starting to tie together at the very end here, hey? So number 5 here, we're going to address the main technical obstacles that you're going to see with your clients. So once again, not every exercise is going to be mastered right off the bat, but you have to know what you're looking for specifically to be able to correct that. And again, that goes back to the cueing, physical and verbal. You want to make sure that you can help build that person's skills so that they can build their strength, build their range of motion, build their functional flexibility when it comes to these exercises. Otherwise, what are we doing?
That's right? We're just going to wing it, and you're just like 95% of the other personal trainers that won't be in this industry 3 years from now. So separate yourself by being the best professional on the gym floor. And then the technical stuff, we're going to be explaining, you know, the main technical obstacles and kind of where people are more prone to having, you know, bumps in the road for the main 5 lifts, but then you're going to be able to take that expertise and that know-how to program it to the other 5,000 lifts in your exercise library. So you'll know, okay, what should I be looking for? What kind of gives me that glimpse that client is about to fail or about to succeed, or when to spot, when to cue, all that. If you can identify the main things, you'll kind of have 90% of it over grasp, and you can kind of figure out the other 10% on individual exercises all the way through. Okay, but again, guys, we're not going to teach you how to squat and deadlift and bench press and overhead press and bent over row via whiteboard. We have awesome fitness rockstar Rich next to us, and he'll be doing videos about these. He'll be going through the motions, through the exact how to cue it, how to spot for it, you know, how to progress through it, how to regress through it, and some alternative exercises in supplemental videos somewhere in this course around this video. So if you have any comments, questions about these ones, we're going to be doing specific examples. And for the entire section, like we always tell you guys, if you have any concerns or any questions about any of the course material, hit us up in the comment section below, leverage each other, give us a shout out, and we'll help you through section that is exercise form and technique. We'll see you guys on the other side. So thanks. Bye-bye.